What's going on, guys? Adrian Hawkins with Hawkfit here with another video. And in this series I'm going to be explaining my DUP testing phase. And it is a Wednesday, so I am testing for squats. And if you're watching this video and you're like, oh my goodness, what are those? You're not following me on social media, my Instagram account, you won't know what's going on. So let me just quickly explain that here. So I subscribe to a monthly article, a monthly publication called MASS, which is Monthly Application in Sports Science. And basically it's a peer-reviewed article that comes out, or articles that come out monthly, and they basically look at the science behind certain movements. They review different articles, and one of the articles that I found interesting that they reviewed was squatting, and obviously they found that full range of motion was the best squat, unless you're training sprinters or people that are using explosive movements. So obviously if you're like a running back or a sprinter, they found that quarter squats were actually better for developing that explosive movement. And so with this DUP setup that I've been doing, what I decided to do was every Wednesday I would do quarter squats. And just because I am a sprinter by training, I opted to throw this in there, and then hopefully it would give me a little bit of a break on the Monday, Wednesday, Friday squat schedule. 2, it would allow me to overload the amount of weight that I would normally do and just throw up something probably about 30 or 40 pounds heavier than I would normally be in. And then third, but most importantly, is in developing this explosiveness, I was hoping that I would see it pay off when I'm doing full range of motion squats. So when I'm coming out of the hole, or I'm all the way down, I'm hoping that I'll be able to explode a little bit faster with a little bit more force out of the hole, or when I'm all the way down. And so that's why I opted to throw these in there, and I do believe that it did pay off. I was able to do 5 sets of 5 for 455 pounds on quarter squats. So for quarter squats, that would be a PR for me. So I was quite pleased with how these turned out. And there was a few of them where I actually felt like I went a little bit lower than a fourth of the way down, but that's also fine with me. And then also my camera was about to die, or my battery was about to die, so I opted not to film as much bench press. I think I just got one set of bench press filmed. I did my testing phase on Monday, so I wasn't really overly concerned with filming my bench, but I did get just one clip filmed, so I got that in there for you guys. Like I mentioned before, I really wasn't concerned, but Wednesday I was looking to have somewhat of a decent deadlift, because I was going to start testing my deadlift on Friday, and I'm looking to get 500 pounds to pull 500 on the deadlift. So it was important for me to have some nice form while I'm deadlifting. And I think you'll see here I started without straps, and I basically I'll go for as long as I can without straps, but there's a certain, it stinks to know that your grip strength is your limiting factor, basically, for me when it comes to deadlifts. And so I know I can pull a lot more weight, but if I was to do like a powerlifting meet, my limiting factor would be my grip strength, and so that was the bummer for me. Or that was not necessarily a bummer, but just a learning curve. Like, oh man, you really need to work on your grip strength. And so that's what I've been doing on my um, non-heavy deadlift days. So basically my Mondays and Wednesdays when I'm deadlifting, I would start out using no straps, and I would go for as long as possible without the straps. And then on Friday when I was doing 5 sets of 5, then I would have to jump over to straps. And you can see right there, I had a little bit of fatigue. So the bar, especially on the left side, the bar came down a little bit faster than I would have liked to. I could feel it slipping. There's no shame in trying to pull up and test your grip strength. It's just, is there going to be like an older lady there that's going to tell you not to drop the weight or not to slam it down? That's probably all you got to really worry about. But you can see here, I went, picked it back up, got it up quick, and then set it back down. Now on these sets, for the rest of these, I will throw on the strap and bang them out. But I'm pretty excited with how this week has turned out so far. Bench, I knew I wasn't going to get a PR, but I had switched up my method. I was bringing my elbows in a little bit more so that they weren't flared out so far. I was trying to bring my bench down a little bit more, and then also just really focusing on the quarter squats and having a solid deadlift. So that's what I was looking forward to. Other than that, I'd definitely say that my thighs, my hamstrings, so my quads, my hamstrings, and my lower back, after running this daily undulating periodization setup over the past 4 weeks, has definitely thickened my lower half. And I mean, it's to the point where your boxers are just not fitting anymore. Your underwear isn't fitting. Your pants are very tight. I still have some room around the waistline, just because my waist is a little bit smaller, but man, it's just like my butt feels a little bit smaller, but I'm not sure if it's smaller or it's just my thighs are getting thicker.